Yeah, he just slipped. He said like, maybe I was a little bit too far on the inside of the left turn, and then he slipped, and then he was gone. Then once you slide, it's like like ends at the floor. But he did get up quickly. So actually, before the mechanic could even get there, he was up. He was going, and he was in the bus like all thumbs up. I'm good. Lost a little bit of skin on the left side, but otherwise. No involvement of this shoulder, that had surgery and everything. So where he crashed on in Dauphiné. So right now we're all good. We are good to go.
Now we've heard that you believe the crash was in the last 3 kilometers and that consequently he shouldn't lose any time. Am I right?
Well, it was at 1.5, 1.6 kilometers. So the last left turn, and the kilometer mark was before the last right turn. So very positive. It was at 1.5, 1.6. And they repeated in the race radio to say, remember, today is a 3 kilometer rule with a 1 second, not 3 seconds, but 1 second. So in case of an incident within the last 3 kilometers should be the same time. Could not sprint for third. He could not sprint for extra 4 seconds against Remco. It's always nice to finish it off with a good result. We had the impression, that he was third best in the race today. It was like undoubtable. It was like pretty spectacular what Jonas did there to close 30 seconds on Tadej. Was super spectacular what UAE did there as a team. So I think realistically we are there, and we see a positive trend. If we see from stage 1, 2 over Galibier to now, I think we see a positive trend and can be happy with it.
And Primoz certainly looks as though he's getting stronger. The team, well, he was a little bit isolated, shall we say, in the last
No, you're really looking for words, aren't you?
Yeah, he was a little bit isolated in the last 30 kilometers. Is that a concern?
I mean, we know, Alex is missing. Flasse, I think, was the shape of Dauphiné. He would have been there. On the other hand, you also have to say realistically, with a team like UAE, who dominates, there's not too much to do. I mean, they define the rhythm, and they define the point and the moment when the race explodes. So if you have one guy more who explodes then or not, or 2 or 3 guys who explode more or not, it's only to say, it's always good to have somebody extra in the downhill with, let's say a spare bike and stuff like that, or be able to give an extra drink. Today, I think it had no influence on the outcome of the race. And I do think Jahin is still there to get there slowly but surely. Also there we do see a pretty good upwards trend.
Seems like a proper race now between Vingegaard and Pogačar. He showed maybe a tiny bit of a weakness, Pogačar.
Yeah, you probably have to see it that way, because if you're from Danish TV, you have to sell the positives. No, it was impressive from both of them. I think it was impressive, how the yellow jersey takes a race on, because if we look back to some of the yellow jerseys in the past, they would just defend. Why is a reason to attack? Now Tadej really takes it on. He could have waited, he could have waited endless with his team, control the whole stage from A to B, but he didn't. So chapeau to him. And of course, big respect to Jonas to close 30 seconds to Tadej is really impressive. That's for sure. How he closed the gap and beat him in the sprint. It was an outstanding battle in between. Well, first Team UAE and the rest, and then Tadej and Jonas.